paint material yet, but here she is, right there too. I'm gonna get it put back in the car. Excited.
We need to drug test him.
Hey, what's up guys? A while back, I bought a BMW 328i with an E36 body, and we were gonna start drifting on it, but then we had so many things come up, like this thing, and the Jeep, and so many other projects that came out. The BMW was shoved in a corner to never be touched again. So today we were thinking, why don't we work on the 328i? So we were commentating it, and we're gonna start with episode 1. We're gonna pressure wash it today and do a couple things on it, but really we're gonna get back on the drifting road. The whole story on how we bought this BMW was because we were one guy listed it on OfferUp for $1,400 with no paperwork, and we didn't mind it because I was gonna be drifting it anyway. But the guy said, basically when we arrived, the guy was just like, oh, it runs great, and we took it out for a test drive, and it was in the worst condition possible. So we took it home and found so many problems that we had to keep replacing, and it ended up getting shoved in the corner. So at the end of the day, we ended up buying it for like $600, and it's been stored there. So we're gonna try to get it up and running and start drifting in it again. The basic goals for this car right now is just so we can get it up and running, and eventually if I keep getting better, we'll add a hydraulic handbrake, maybe a roll cage, bash bar, maybe a new motor swap for all we know. But right now we're trying to get it up and running, and maybe the first step we'll do is weld up the diff and try and get to see if it can drift. But right now this is going to be our project. There's going to be a couple of episodes in here, so make sure you guys stay tuned for all those episodes. Alright, let's head down to the shop and bring the power washer down there so we can get this thing up and running. The car's been sitting for about, let's say, 2 years now, and I think it's ready to come back alive. If you look at it, the paint's chipping off. All the, what's it called? All this whole paint material is just falling off the car completely. We gotta bring this car back to life and back in the garage. Alright, here's the motor right here. I don't know if we have any problems with it yet, but so far this is it. Alright, now it's time to pull it in the shop. Oh, it's already got a cold air intake on it. It's pretty sick. Alright, buying the car with it, all that came on it was they removed the rev limiter on it. As you can see, they did a custom, coilover pack on it. And then they did a cold air intake, and that's really it. And as you can see, the battery was actually moved to the back. So let's go check that out. Which are right there. Seems pretty cool. The battery in the car right now is completely dead, and I might have another battery in the shop just to get this thing started and moved out of here. Perfect. Seems like it wants to crank, but I don't think it has enough gas on it because the odometer shows that it has like 0 gas in it. So let's go to the gas station, go grab some gas for this baby. Sweet. Let go. All right, hopefully she starts. Sweet! Yeah! Alright, I just got the first BMW all figured out and ready to start. Let's try reverse burnout to start with. The battery ended up unhooking, so while we were doing the burnout, so I went to back up and try and pull the, what's it called, this little lever button right here, which we actually had to break through. That is gone now. We were trying to break through the back of it so we can hook it back up and tighten that thing back up to hook it to the battery, but the car ended up dying and we can't get it to open. We've been trying to get it open for about an hour now and we just can't seem to find how to get it open. But we're gonna keep on trying. We have an electric grinder right here that we're trying to cut through right here to get access to the battery. Other than that, we don't really know what to do anymore. As we're sitting here realizing, we pull out the bottom of the seats just to, you know, get easier access to try to the back. And we were so stupid, we didn't even realize that this lever right here was how to open the trunk. And we already broke the back through, so when you pull this, it doesn't do anything at all because we already broke this part of the back right here in the trunk. So that does nothing now, and we just broke the trunk and used a grinder on the back of the trunk for no weird reason. So now we're stuck here trying to use a grinder to try and open up this thing. Took an hour or so, we finally got it open with the grinder, so we connected the battery. It's time for a burnout, but I don't think I can put the license plate back on now. Up home right now to take this thing up there because the water pressure doesn't seem too good up there. So we're going to take this up here because the water pressure just sucks down here. We're going to go up there and take the beamer up there. I ended up having to wash it by hand because the power washer broke. So now we're bubbling it up and trying to get it clean. We got the beamer running after a quick wash, and we're gonna go try and do some quick turns and drifts, and hopefully she'll run right, and basically trying to get a new chapter of this drift thing. After 2 years of having this car, this is the first time we've ever looked under it. And you can see that they did a kind of a junky straight pipe on the car. And right there's the differential we're supposed to weld up. We're supposed to take that out and then weld it up right there. So we gotta weld that up so both wheels can actually lock when it's trying to do donuts. So let's start working. Taking the half shafts off on the car. Oh, that's hard. Out of the 12 bolt, we already have 6 out on that side, and we're about to be 6 on this side, and we ended up stripping one right up there. I think it's probably normal wear, but yeah, it seemed to strip pretty easy. But we'll try and keep it going and maybe see if we can eventually get that out with the trying to get it out stripped. Tips for these, this little strip bolt right there that we stripped out. If you can get any nut, I kind of suggest like 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter. You weld that up on right there, and it should just be able to pluck it right out. Let's get to welding this bad boy.
No.
Alright, now come look closer to where we welded it up. That's the easiest way to do it. Now I can just take it right off. And it worked just like we said it would right here. Weld that little sucker on and looked like it came right off. Thank God. Ah. As you can see, that's where we came out from. You can see the little weld bubbles where we welded it on, and that's how you get it out. Ew! Almost there. I think the tires are sitting so long that the knob actually came off the whole tire. Look at, check that out. All right, now we just gotta take loose off of this. And then, so far, we should be good. Let's do it. All right, there's one more bolt we need to take off for the diff to come out. So my dad's gonna help me, which he normally really never does because he's on workers' comp. But he's gonna try and help me take out the diff just right now. Here she is. Woo! Check that out. Oh, that thing's greasy. All right, I'm gonna take you guys on a trip. All right, diff's officially out. We got the half shafts right there. Got the drive shaft hanging out right here. Time to send this baby to rock bottom. Ew! There's the diff that just came out of the beamer. That's how it's all greasy. I don't really know why it is. There's the half shaft placement. And then right there is the other half shaft placement. So that's where our bolt's in right there. That's where we took it out of right there. That's where the drive shaft connects in that little piece right there. Looks like we're done for the night. We're gonna pull this thing apart just to see how it really looks. Oh, you that metal just. Fun fact about these differentials is that when you pull these things apart, they have this heavy, heavy smell of metal when you pull these things apart. Like even just taking the bolts off right now, you can smell it right away. All right, let's get ready to pull this off. Oh! Ugh, it smells awful. See, as you can see, they can both spin opposite ways. So when we weld that up, it's only gonna be able to go. All right, and then where we're gonna weld is right here on this little spider web kind of looking thingy. We're gonna weld a plate right there. So it's only because if you look, I can both spin them both ways and it both still allows it to do that. So now I'm only gonna be allowed to go forward. See if you check that out. And then you can see I'm gonna be welding right there too. Check that out. Thing's heavy. This is 1/8 chromoly. You can see when we start right here, we're gonna have to tack right there, and then we're gonna fully weld it. So the chromoly should hold up, but we'll see. So when we do this, we have to weld that on there especially. And then if I turn this around for you guys, you should be able to see where we're going to weld on the other side. If I turn around a little more, right there is where we're gonna need to weld this little piece right here. So both sides, these should work. We did these 4 good tacks right here, all in 4 corners. And now basically we're ready just to throw this bad boy in. All right, so we did all this, all the welding, and then now we're on to the second plate. So we're gonna get to welding. All right, there we go. We got our diff wall welded up. Check it out. I think it's time to get it put back in the car. Excited. Glad to get ready up and running. It's good. Time to throw this thing back in the car. Let's do it. Already got the differential back in, so now I'm just shoulders up high and trying to get these half shafts back in. We already connected the, what's it called, drive shaft in, and the mounts for the differential. So now we're just sticking on the half shafts and the sway bar, and we should be good. Now that we welded up the diff, we have everything ready. So watch, check this out. You can tell on that side. See how that side's spinning too? Before it didn't do that. So now when we drift, it doesn't just do one wheel, because this BMW designed this like and every car has this, I think. Coming around a corner, it'll only do one wheel. It won't do both. It'll only keep on one wheel, and the other wheel would kind of just free throw. So watch, when I push this, that'll spin. So that's what we need in the drifting. So way better. Alright, we're gonna be testing this out. Ready? We just got the diff welded up, so now all 2 rear wheels lock up. Instead of last time when you drift, only one wheel works and the others doesn't. So we welded that little plate on it, and we should be good, and both wheels should lock up. And now just stay tuned for episode 2 when we install the handbrake. Let's do it.